So all of my activities in comparing the text versus media over Because of Winn-Dixie would be done on chart paper and either in pairs or in groups, depending on the size of the class. So in the first activity, the students would be finding a piece of text and they would create an illustration of how it happened in the film and how it happened in the book, as well as answering a couple questions. That would be, was this scene in the film? If so, how was it different than the text? And as you can see up top, they'd have the title of the book, Because of Winn-Dixie, the text, where they found in the text, the chapter and the page number, and they would answer their questions down here and give an explanation when they present. Okay, so the next activity would be comparing how a character trait is portrayed in the film and in the book. So, for example, the students would choose a character and they would create an illustration of the character and name the character trait at the top. So, for example, I chose preacher and the character trait I chose was sympathetic. So they would write why they think this character has this character trait and write it down. And then for the book, they would do the same, except they would write, again, the chapter and the page number. And then for my third activity, the students would, first of all, need to figure out what message both the book and the film portray to the viewer or reader. And so the message would be written up top, and for example, mine is, friendships can heal our hurts. They would draw an illustration to go with their message, and in the text, of course, again, they would write where they found it, the chapter and page number. And my example was, I could feel her listening with all her heart, and it felt good. And then a small explanation, glorious friendship makes Opal feel good and heard. And then from the film, Otis sings a song to Opal, describing how much better she makes him feel. And of course, I would tell the students to not pick the same example from the film and the book, otherwise they would be writing the same exact thing. For example, in the character traits activity, they would have to be completely different examples of why Preacher is sympathetic, and completely different examples from the text and the film of the message.